Are you a woman of faith who is struggling to navigate your current season of life? Do you feel like life is just happening to you instead of for you? My name is Jill Pack. I'm a certified life coach and a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And I want you to know that no matter your season or circumstance, it is possible to create a more joyful life. And I would love to show you how. Are you ready? Let's go. Hello, friends. Welcome to the Seasons of Joy podcast. This is episode number 37 entitled Perspective is Everything. Before I get started, I wanted to invite you to my Seasons of Joy community Facebook group. In this group, I go live twice a month. The first time I go live, I teach about a certain topic that I've chosen for that month. And then the second call I do is a follow-up and it includes open coaching. I try to schedule these around the lunch hour. My hope is that this makes it a little easier for people to join live. But if you can't join live, don't worry. These calls will be stored on the Facebook community page, so you can go back and watch them if you missed them, or if you watched them live and you wanted to watch it again because you've missed something, they're available. They're available for you to watch and listen and learn from. So my hope with this community is that it is a place of inspiration and support, a place to learn about the power of coaching. In this group, I share tips and tools to help you create a life that you love. So the link to join this group, this community, will be found in the show notes. Also, last week, I had the opportunity to do 2 live presentations in person to 2 different groups. They were so much fun, and I learned so much from these 2 experiences. And I love presenting. I love sharing things that I have learned, and I love inspiring and lifting others. So if you are looking for someone to come and speak to your group or your business, I would love to. I have put my contact information in the show notes, and you can reach out to me and we can chat and see if I am a good fit for what you're looking for. So up until the last 2 years, I would not have called myself a writer. It was something that I just did not believe I would ever be good at. I would joke that I wrote like the Dick and Jane books that we read in elementary school. See Dick run, see Jane run, right? Very bland, very boring. So I would not consider myself a writer. But over the last 2 years, I have become a writer. I actually believe that I am a writer. I have written my thoughts down in what I call my Thoughtful Thursdays for almost 2 years. Now, I am still learning and growing. I'm far from polished, but I now consider myself a writer. And as I was preparing for my presentations this last week, I wrote a short story about perspective. And this is what I wanted to share on the podcast today. So as I tell this story, I invite you to consider, what does perspective mean to you? And is there an area in your life that you could use more perspective? So here we go. My short story is entitled, Perspective is Everything. Of 2009, and I am with my sister-in-law Sandy and my 8-year-old daughter Jenna. We are beginning our hike back to our family's camp in the Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness area near Stanley, Idaho. Jenna is so excited because she just caught her very first fish on our fishing excursion this morning. She is proudly carrying her freshly cleaned catch of the day by its jaw at the end of its stick of honor. Leaving the other family members to continue their search for more fishing, we happily go on our way because we don't know that this is going to be a very long hike. It's in this moment of excitement and saying our goodbyes, we don't think to ask for directions or a map. It doesn't matter. We know the way. The lake is so close to camp, even though there really isn't a trail. It's just about a half a mile or so back through the brush. We will be there in no time. We begin bushwhacking, believing we will reach our destination before too long. We spend the next 30 minutes relishing in and the retelling of Jenna's first fishing adventure. We notice a stream that we don't seem to remember seeing earlier. The foliage is getting thicker, and it seems like we are dropping in elevation as well. Looking behind us, we are disoriented. We don't know what direction we've even come from. Jenna is asking how much further we need to go. Sandy and I smile, and we reassure her it won't be long. The look we give each other, however, tells us both that neither one of us really knows where we are or the way back to camp. But we're optimistic. Camp really can't be that much further. A couple of hours later, Jenna's little catch is barely hanging on by its jaw at the end of its stick. It is no longer the stick of honor. It has become the stick of shame. I tell Jenna that it's time for this little fishy to leave us. He's fought the good fight, but it's time. We need to leave him behind. He's beginning to dry out and smell kind of funny. We lay this little fishy along the edge of the stream and we say our goodbyes. We keep walking while trying to keep the conversation going in order to stay calm. Sandy and I really don't know where we are headed, but we reassure Jenna that we will get back to camp eventually. I'm beginning to weaken in my battle to stay positive and hopeful. We stop and we pray because fear and uncertainty are settling in on all of us, along with their friends' discouragement and defeat. We don't know where we are or really what direction to go. I quietly go inward to make sense of what is happening. We are in the Frank Church River of No Return wilderness. The irony of this has not been lost on me. We don't have cell coverage. There's no one to flag down for directions. There is not another soul in sight. I remember the map that is with my husband tucked safely inside his day pack. He is the king of maps, but I am definitely not the queen. I suggest the only thing that I can think of. We need to get higher. We need to get our bearings. And if we can get up, then we can see out, and then we can find our way back to camp. Perspective is everything. In making our plan, we know that we need to get to a clearing so that we can actually see a place where we can get up higher. We come to a small open meadow, and in the distance we see a burnt, shale-covered mountain. It's in this moment our destination seems obvious, and we begin walking towards it. Now, 5 hours have passed. Our family probably won't know we are missing until it's dark. It seems inevitable that we are going to be spending the night on this mountain. Search and rescue will be called, and a long, cold night lay ahead of us. We ration our food and water to make it last just a little bit longer. Tentatively, Sandy and I keep reassuring Jenna and ourselves as we continue to hike, knowing what might be in store for us. But Sandy and I are the adults, right? We have to be brave and pretend like we know exactly what to do in order to keep things calm. But I don't feel like an adult. I feel like 8-year-old Jenna, sad, lost, confused, and worried. Our pace is slowing. Our spirits are falling. Our smiles are fading as we work our way up this burnt, shale-covered mountain. From our higher perspective, we look out over the Frank Church River of No Return wilderness. We can see in the distance where we have come from and exactly the direction that we need to go. As if it is drawn on paper, we can see the giant circle that we have been walking in since this morning. This elevated perspective gives us newfound hope and encouragement as we begin our descent back to camp. With our direction set, we trust ourselves more and more with each step we take. Perspective is everything. We stop. We double take. Is it true? Is this the trail? Yes, it is. We have found the trail, the very trail that we have been searching for hours. The trail that will take us back to our camp. We jump up and down while literally screaming for joy. The exhilarating relief is tangible as Jenna and I kiss the ground while Sandy takes our picture. Tears of happiness cover our cheeks, and a little spring is added to our remaining steps. Now, nearing 6 hours, we finally enter camp with a satisfied exhaustion. Anxiously, we look around for the others. We have so much to tell them. They've probably been sick with worry and have been wondering where we have been this whole time. Yet, it is quiet. No one is here. We realize that the others haven't even come back from their fishing excursion yet. They have no idea that we have been lost for the entire day. We look at each other and we laugh as we flop into our camp chairs and wait. Thank you so much for listening. If you like what you hear, I would love it if you would share it with your friends and family and leave me a rating and review. If you'd like to learn more about what life coaching is, please schedule a free discovery call with me where we can work together through something that's causing you a problem. Just go to my website, seasons-coaching.com, and you can also find information about my Seasons of Joy one-on-one coaching program and my Seasons of Joy community. Have a joyful week, and I'll see you next time.